Senator Frances Black's bill in 2018, she set out 4 categories of trade: the import of goods, the import of services, the export of goods and the export of services. Inexplicably, the government's bill has left out 3 of those categories utterly and completely. This is despite the unequivocal advisory opinion of the International Court of Justice that Israel's continued occupation is unlawful and must be ended of the occupied territories as soon as possible. The violation of international law places an obligation on us to do all we can. So I'm asking you today to give me an explanation as to why you're proceeding with just one aspect of Senator Frances Black from 2018, which is over 7 years now, in the face of genocide and slaughter. More people have been shot at the so-called humanitarian aid centres, and I make no comparison, just the figures are stark, at those aid than were killed when Hamas wrongly, and which I've condemned, across the border.
Taoiseach,
more people have been condemned and murdered
the answer,
at aid per month. Thank you.
Taoiseach.
It is horrific what's happening at the aid centres, where people have been mowed down and slaughtered and murdered. It's just absolutely beyond any moral compass. I have condemned unreservedly the Israeli conduct in Gaza and the war in Gaza, and particularly the last phase, which is, without question, represents collective punishment of the people of Gaza and an attempt to drive them out of Gaza or make life so unbearable that people feel they have no alternative but to leave. And that's something that the international community has to respond. We have the legislation is currently going through the House. The Minister has asked for further legal advices in respect of services. In terms of the latter 2 points, in terms of export of goods to the occupied territory, that's not an issue. And for us, but also I make the point that the last 4 to 5 years, about 600,000 euros worth of goods have come in from the occupied territory, which is tiny amounts, but nonetheless. So the symbolism of the bill is important. When we get the legal advice back, we'll have greater clarity in terms of the inclusion of services.